our friend Mr. Jimmy Patsos, who is globe-trotting. Are you in Chicago, Cincinnati, Paris? Where are
I
you?
was in Chicago. I'm now in Cincinnati. We got Grassroots, DC Premier, Team Thrill. We got Middlesex Magic from Massachusetts squaring off against the West Coast Elite. These are all the kids that travel around the country, Adidas, Nike, and, of course, Under Armour. They play, but I was at the NBA Combine for 2 days.
How was that?
Who doesn't love Chicago? It was good, but not as good as my Ferris Bueller's Day Off tour on my off day. I had to do a little Ferris Bueller tour, and we went to the art museum. Well, I really went by myself. I couldn't get Ed Tapscott to go, so. But BMitch, we're out there watching the Combine. I got some kids moving up. Wizards, 3 picks, and I'm telling you right now, I like the Zachary is awesome. That's who I think they should take to go with Koulibaly. That would be the second player.
Is that Sar?
Oh no, it's Zachary Rissacher. Rissacher, not Rissacher. He's the 6'8", 6'9" kid, another long wing, can play. He's ready to play. He's played in the pro league, but he's an athletic 2, 3, or 4. Really, Bilal's a 2, and he's really a 3, 4, but he's long. It's who OKC would pick, put it that way, because as you know, Winger, Dawkins, and JT3 are the 3. That's the 3-headed monster at the Wizards. But Will Dawkins is from OKC,
right?
And you see, we're going to talk about them later, but that's his background, and that's who I think they should pick. They also have the 26th pick. Zach Edey was out there. Tyler Kolek, the point guard from Marquette. I like him. And then in the third round, I hope Cam Spencer, the hometown hero who played for UConn, a Baltimore kid that transferred from Loyola to UConn. And then there's some other guys at that last pick that they could have. But like Oso, I really liked Oso. I have him written down, a big guy from Marquette. But as you guys know, and BMitch, you know this, who they take it to, then that depends who you take at 26. If Stefan Castle moved way up, who I like, he shot the ball well. He's a freshman guard from Atlanta that was on UConn's team. He had like 40 points in the 2 games in the Final Four. He's 19, and he can play the point. So as you know, BMitch, if they take a guard, then maybe they should take a big man at the end of the first round and then best available maybe in the late second round. But these dudes are hustling. The new Wizards organization is really working hard, and they're not going to waste any picks. So there's no stashing or anything like that. The future's bright. It's going to take another year. Kuz is back. Denny had a great year. They got a good bench because of Kispert. The question is, do they get a point guard to come back, Jones, or does he want to go somewhere? But most importantly is who they draft again. And we're just going to have to be patient.
Yeah, you have to be patient. But like another person supposedly getting some press from it, I think it's mostly because his dad is LeBron James.
Oh,
how's Bronny looking?
How did Bronny look?
He looks good, and he looks perfect for the 55th pick that the Lakers own. Just nobody's going to mess with LeBron because he's, when you're a top 5 player in the history of the game, definitely the best player in the modern era. Look, they picked 55th. That's where he should go. Go play with him. And bare feet, he was only 6'2".
Wow. That actually makes a ton of sense. I feel like there'll be so much conversation surrounding Bronny, and then that might just be what happens, that he goes late second to LA and stays there. But Jimmy, I want to go back to the top. So do you think the kid Sar is going 1 and that's why the Wiz can't take him?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing Sar. Look, I know all the different scouts, Adam Finkelstein, but, I like Catherine Peaks. She's my friend. She does Yahoo. I see GMs. I sat with different guys. I'm on the media side for Monumental over there, but you used to be able to sit together. Now they put you on one side or the other, but I saw shot marks from the Nets. You see all the guys.
Well, it's not like you can't have a cocktail with them later.
Well, maybe, yes.
Yeah.
And that's the good part about Chicago is it's such a great place. Everybody wants to go. You see them, a lunch at Ralph Lauren, which is the hidden gem there or whatever.
Yep.
But they're there for 5 days. Look, it should be 2 or 3 days. They stretched it to 6 because they have interviews.
6 days for the NBA Combine?
6 days?
NBA Combine is now 6. It goes from the draft lottery, which the Hawks won. For those of you that don't know, the Hawks won with 3% chance. I don't think they pass on Sar because they have plenty of guards.
58 guys get picked, and the Combine is 6 days. I figured it was a day.
Yeah.
It goes from the G League, and you got to get to some G League invites. And if you play well, you get moved up like Boogie Ellis from USC, who's a second-round pick. He can be picked if we needed a point guard. In other words, all these scenarios are discussed. And it's lottery. They figure out who wins that. Oh, it's Sunday to Friday. I went in for 2.5 days and was exhausted. Not exhausted, but like tired of hearing all the stuff. But I do like, as you know, BMitch, the measurements. I don't mind some of the agility runs. This isn't the NFL. But I like Stephen Castle having to take 53s and making 37 of them and moving. That's what I'm like. Let's take him. And, I want to ask BMitch this. People get so caught up, BMitch, in like, well, he should be picked 5 through 10 instead of 1 through 5, so we can't take him. But what if you like him, and what if he plays
If you like him and he fits what you want to fit, you pick him.
Totally agree. So you got Sar going 1, and then Risache. I kind of like saying that. Risache, too.
We got Risache. He's cool, but I would really take, if you position-wise, if Jones leaves, take Castle. Like, he's 6'6", 19. He can definitely play the point. And what everyone wanted about his shooting, he was one of the unsung like heroes why UConn won it. But I'm like, BMitch, if that's who you like and that's the position you need, and Wenger and Dawkins are probably going to kill me for talking about this, but we love the Wiz. We're with you. But like, Castle might be a 10-year pro. And Caravan, the white kid from he's from UConn, is a sophomore. See, these guys are playing. Let me give you a little stuff on this, JP.
Okay.
BMitch, you'd be getting paid today, brother, in the NIL, and you would have left your school, by the way. So, anyways, BMitch, these dudes are running up and down, and I'd say 20 of the, let's say they played, there was 40 to 50 kids that played. Like Bronny James played. They played actually 2 days of scrimmages I watched. There's a bunch of kids playing, and they're seeing how they do, and there's 20 college coaches there, and they're ready to, the bidding is going to start. Coleman Hawkins is going to be a second-round pick from Illinois. Why not take, I'm hearing $750 to $1 million, and there was a few schools that I won't name hanging around there telling them, don't go to the pros, come to us instead of the two-way. What's your thought on that, BMitch?
Hey, man, I'll say this. They're going to learn when they get to the next level. They can't just leave when they're not playing. Somebody better teach them that. College is setting them up to where they're not going to understand after college.
Because of just bouncing around?
Yeah, you're not going to bounce around in the next level.
If you were going to be a second rounder, you can stay in college. Because second round contracts aren't guaranteed, right?
No, they're not. And two ways pay about, G League pays around $100,000 now, but really when you have a two-way, you're making $500,000. But
stay in college and make $1 million.
I'm sorry?
Stay in college.
Well, not everybody makes $1 million in college.
No, but these guys that played well, I'm like, is he definitely leaving? And they're like, see, in the old days, BMitch, you played well, you were out of there. Like Herder played well, he shut it down for the second day. The Hawks picked him 22nd. Now guys are playing well, saying, well, maybe I will go to Arkansas with Mr. Calipari, or maybe I'll stay at home and go to Illinois for another year, or there's a new coach at Kentucky. Arizona wants to win. I'm just making up these names if everybody gets my drift.
Right.
But not really. Anyways, like that's what's interesting, BMitch, is 12 to 15 guys I said, oh, he's going to be good. He can come back. He might come back. He might go back to Iowa. So that's what's been weird. We're going to find out that the next week.
Talking with our friend Coach Jimmy Patsos. You can follow him on X and Instagram at Coach Patsos. Of course, watch all of his content on Monumental covering the Wizards. And what matters most to me is he was on that staff that won Maryland in his first.
Mystics games, JP. Got 3 Mystics games coming up.
Nice. We'll be watching. BMitch and Landfill are betting on every Caitlin Clark game. They're going heads up. So we've all of a sudden become a women's basketball show. But Jimmy, so just quickly, if the Wiz stay at 2, Risache, is there any chance they move back for the Kid Castle? Would that make sense?
Yeah, well, that's, back to the old scenarios. You heard every scenario possible. Remember, there's agents in the lobby, GMs and scouts in the gym, college coaches in both places. So, like I said, the potpourri of options in the draft was at an all-time high, including not going to the draft. I hope they keep the number 2 pick. I'm down with the patient building. They really battled this year. I thought the coaching change served the Wizards well. BK did a good job. I think Kuzma and Denny being really happy there is good. Your 2 best players right now. The 2 centers were pretty good. Bagley, I think, was kind of a steal. And,
Bagley played well.
Holmes is just good. Bagley played well, and Rashawn Holmes, who went to Bowling Green, was just kind of a grinding They just all of a sudden they got a couple pieces everywhere except for another point guard. They need another point, and Jordan Poole wasn't bad at the point, and he can score. But Bilal Coulibaly, another Frenchman, he's the future. Let's take another 19-year-old who's the future, and grind our way through another season. Then you get a free agent. But these three picks, Jerry,
you get the kid Flag. That's how it all works.
Wow, you'd have to play. Yes, I know Cooper very well from Maine. He's going to Duke. Ace Bailey's really good too.
Okay.
So is Ron Harper.